Have any of y'all heard about the Green Book? And it basically tells you that you couldn't just go to any place. Matter of fact, if you were lucky enough to have a car, you couldn't buy gas at some places. We don't sell black people gas because they had a deal with the plantation owners that we're not going to help these people to leave the plantation until we don't need them anymore. You know what I mean? So the whole idea was that it was hard trying to get out of here, to go north or go west. You only had two places to go, north or west. If you tried to go east, you had to pass through too many other places. You won't get there. Now, some people got lucky enough to get an old car, and they threw everything in that car, and they headed east. They headed west. Nobody headed east. You headed west or you headed north. And you had to make sure you were in a certain place that you considered safe by dark. Because, of course, you had night riders looking for sharecroppers trying to escape. You couldn't use the hotels. You couldn't use certain gas stations, wouldn't sell you gas. You couldn't eat at the restaurants. And that was the problem, trying to get out of the South during the big sharecropping years. And that was from the 1890 all the way up to 1945, 1950. But yeah, traveling was something. You stuff all your belongings in the car, on top of the car, and you shove everybody in the car, and you made sure you got enough food to go with you, because you're not going to stop along the highway and if you're going through a strange town, you are not going to just, because you don't know anybody, you're just not going to stop and say, oh, we'll stop you. No, you're not. And that was bad all the way to Arizona. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad for black people trying to get to California. And if you were traveling by train, you were kind of like put in a certain car, like cattle practically, and you had to carry your own food and your own water. You had to carry everything with you personally. You couldn't use the dining cars, and you couldn't use any of that service. So getting out of here was hell. And then when you cross a certain line, you can move up and sit anywhere else. But if you've always on the back of the bus your whole life, just because you cross this imaginary line, you're not stupid enough to try to go and get out of that crowded cattle car, because some of the people that travel with you from there, they're like, what are you doing up here? You see what I mean?